Good morning, gorgeous. How are you ladies doing this morning? I hope you're all doing wonderful. For those of you who are here for the very first time, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Michelle Daff. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to see you. It's been a while since I've recorded some new content. As you know, I had my baby, and I thank you all so much for all of your wonderful well wishes and words. I'm just so elated to be a mom. Being in this new chapter has opened my eyes to so many different things. So I'm so excited to be back to be able to share lots of wonderful tips and ways that you can increase femininity in your life. Today, I want to talk to you about living a soft life. This is a word that's kind of been thrown around on social media. I've been seeing it floating in different places, this whole idea of living a soft life. And I'm here for it. I'm actually very excited because this embodies everything that I talk about here on this channel, about living in your feminine energy, about being a woman who is in control of her life and her relationships, her decisions, her spirituality, and shows up as the woman that God created her to be. So today we're going to talk about some ways that you can live a soft life, what it really means to have a life like this. I'm someone who didn't always have what would be considered a soft life due to the relationships that I was in, due to the way that I carried myself, the way that I behaved, the drama, and all the chaos that I used to live in prevented me from being able to live this way. So being someone who has transformed in that way, I feel that this is some very crucial information that you'll really benefit from. Before we jump into the content, make sure to follow me on my social media platforms at A Feminine Impression on Instagram and my personal page at Dr. Michelle Daff. Also, listen to my podcast, A Feminine Impression, where you can get more content like this. Today, I'm sharing 4 tips here, but I'll have an extra tip on my podcast, so make sure to always listen to the episodes there as well. And I would love your support in purchasing my fragrance, 2911, from my fragrance brand, Fine Forever. I thank each and every one of you who have purchased a fragrance. Thank you for all of your feedback and your support. We have new fragrances coming out very soon, but head over to Fine Forever if you haven't shopped 2911. It's a beautiful feminine fragrance. So without further ado, go ahead and sit back, relax, get something to drink, get something to write with, and let's talk about this. So, what does it mean to live a soft life? I think of living a soft life as a way of living where you are free, where you are not entangled in things that are bringing you down, stressing you out, bringing you strife, a way where you are taking ownership of your life and it being without tension. And this comes in so many different forms, and today we're going to talk about 4 of those things. The first way that you can live a soft life is being authentic to who you are as a person. As a woman, it's so important that you know who you are and you don't feel like you have to be a certain way just because someone says that you should, just because someone says that you shouldn't. When you're authentic, you're in touch with who you are and what you need. So we're not just talking about physical appearance when we talk about authenticity. I'm talking about you as the person, who you are inside, and the things that you need. So when you are living authentically, you are in control of what comes in and what goes out. So you're able to have boundaries. And this is a topic that I'm going to be doing an entire segment on coming soon. So if you're interested in learning more about boundaries, then make sure to subscribe and to tune in to the next videos, because we're going to be talking in depth about how to have real boundaries in your life. As a feminine woman, if you don't have boundaries, it can really cause problems because your nature is so open and so loving and so compassionate that will attract people who may try to take advantage of it. So when you have boundaries, you're able to say, I'm not interested in doing this, and it's okay. This idea that we have to respond to, say, text messages. When someone sends you a text, and because they text you you feel in that moment that you have to respond, or you feel like if 3 days have gone by and you haven't responded, you're having anxiety because you think they may be upset with you or you're doing something wrong. That's not really living authentically. If you want to respond and when you can respond, you can decide to. And when you are someone who has boundaries and who truly is in control of her life, you're not worried about them being upset with you. We've had this society has created a culture where people are able to just intrude on your life and make you feel like you have to immediately respond, and you don't. That is up to you. When you're living a soft life, you are aware of how you feel. If you feel like, something doesn't feel right about this, you don't do it. And it doesn't matter if everyone else is doing it. You decide for yourself what feels right and what is right for you. Now, this idea of living authentically can be very challenging if you grew up in a certain lifestyle. If you had parents who were very authoritative and maybe didn't allow you to express yourself as a child, if you lived in an environment where you didn't have secure attachments, you may struggle with being able to show up for yourself, being able to say that this is what I need and I'm going to go ahead and do it, even if you don't like it, or it's even if I have to say no to you. When you're living authentically, you learn how to say no and how to say yes. So many of us don't know how to say yes to new opportunities, to things that we're maybe a little uncomfortable with, but they're good. We're not used to saying yes because we're so closed in and we don't want to let anything new in. So when you're living a soft life, you're free flowing. You're okay. You know that if you try something out and it doesn't work out, it's okay. When you're saying yes, you're also saying yes to being able to receive things without feeling like you've done something wrong, feeling like you have to pay them back, feeling like you don't deserve it. You're able to receive with joy, with gratitude, and all of it adds to who you are as a woman. Another way that you can live a soft life is enhancing your experiences. As a feminine woman, we talk about this a lot in terms of being present when you're somewhere and taking in your environment. Being able to block out distractions mentally and enjoy every moment. Wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, being able to be grateful that you have this day, grateful that you're healthy, grateful that you have this opportunity, grateful that you get to experience something new. All of this enhances your life, enhances your joy, and just brings you to a place of peace. You can also do this by just enhancing your experience in your environment. So when you live a soft life, you're able to wake up, enjoy the sunshine. If you have flowers, like say in your garden, you take them out and you just cut them and make a beautiful arrangement. And the joy and the beauty is in the doing. So living a soft life has to do a lot with enjoying what you're doing, even if it's something very mundane. So taking the flowers out and cutting them in different lengths, arranging them, putting the water in the vase, looking at it, enjoying your coffee or your tea, just looking at the flowers and thinking about something, or journaling, and not being caught up in things that are going to bring any negative emotions to you. If you don't have a garden, then maybe you pick up flowers at the grocery store or you order them online and have them sent over to you. But you are enjoying your surroundings, even if it's the smallest thing, a tiny little corner in your room. Anything that just brings you a sense of stillness and peace, you're grateful for, and you soak it in every chance that you can. When you enhance your experiences, you're also saying no to certain things. So you're not really getting involved in things that are going to bring you chaos in terms of your environment. You're not going to wild parties and places that can possibly have violent things happening or things that will just disrupt your peace. You're in places that are safe, that are jovial, that are fun, and represent you as a feminine woman. So if you want to live a softer life, then try doing some activities that are different than going out to the club, different than going out to wild parties. Try going to see a sunset somewhere or have a bonfire with friends and, talk and drink hot chocolate or wine and just enjoy one another's company. Try doing something more subtle, more calm, more relaxed, going to brunch by yourself or with a friend. And instead of gossiping and, just talking about things that don't matter, talk about things that are different, that are new. Talking about things that will enrich you so that when you leave that encounter, you feel full, you feel rejuvenated and renewed instead of depleted or dirty or just dumped on. Do things for yourself, like taking long warm baths and adding rose petals to it and using oils and lotions on your body. But it's not about that per se. When you're living a soft life, it's in the doing, it's in the enjoyment of it. The fact that you're taking the time to do it, not just to smell good, but for the process. When it comes to femininity, most of it really relies on the process. The idea of getting to whatever it is, not just getting it done. Anyone can slap on some good smelling lotion, but slowly just rubbing it on your skin and taking deep inhales and just being present in the moment and enjoying the fact that you have time to do this. You have money to purchase this. You have health to be able to stand up and do it by yourself. Being grateful for every single thing and enjoying the process. That is soft living. And now a message from our sponsor, Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 because I wanted better gut health and more energy. I felt like I was always tired and sluggish and needed a real pick-me-up that boosted me without having to take a multitude of vitamins. With just one delicious scoop of AG1, you're gonna get 75 high-quality minerals, vitamins, whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. This is how you start your day right. And it's lifestyle friendly, so whether you're keto or paleo, vegan, or you just want things that don't have chemicals and any artificial ingredients, AG1 is perfect for that. You only get 1 gram of sugar with each scoop. And I'm shocked that it only contains 1 gram of sugar because it still tastes super tropical and good. Athletic Greens has been so kind to offer my viewers a special promotion where you can receive a 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/feminine. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/feminine to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Thank you so much, Athletic Greens, for sponsoring this video for all of these beautiful ladies. Another way that you can live a soft life is by staying out of strife. This means that you are intentional about what you receive and what you give out. You are not interested in hearing about rumors, gossip, and other people's downfalls. So this doesn't mean that you're the person necessarily coming up with the gossip and talking about people's lives, but the person listening. You're not interested in listening. You're able to put a hard stop to conversations that are negative because that adds to you. Those things become part of you once you ingest it. So this also has to do with going onto gossip websites, gossip pages, blogs on Instagram, going on celebrity gossip pages, wanting to find out more and more and more, even if you hear someone else's bad news. So if someone says, okay, this person and this person got divorced, people you do not know, you won't go online and look up why they got divorced and who was the other woman and what happened and all of that stuff that does not concern you. This takes away from being a soft person and living a soft life. You're just bringing drama into your space that doesn't belong to you. You're also not interested in hopping on the bandwagon of other people's problems. If certain people or certain groups have problems with certain things that you genuinely do not care about, you're not interested in just being a part of the mess, a part of the drama, just to be attached to that group. You're able to remove yourself and say, interesting. Okay, well, that's not for me. And moving away from that. You're also staying away from television shows that are full of drama and nastiness and mess and violence. Even if everyone is talking about it, the culture is talking about it, it's a show that's just sort of part of this generation, does not mean that you have to watch it. Because just like with having conversations with people who are pouring negativity into you, when you watch a show, it's the same thing. All of the drama and all the nastiness or whatever is in that becomes part of your psyche. You think about those things when you go to sleep. You may have bad dreams. You may even feel like you know someone. When you watch a show or you binge a show for so long, you start feeling a connection with the characters as if you know them. It's hard for your mind to sometimes even know when something is really happening or when you're watching something. So be careful with what you put into your mind. Not every show is for you. And when you live a soft life, you can say no to yourself and say, I know it's a great show, but I'm just not interested in taking that in. And that's great. That's great. When you're living a soft life and staying out of strife, you're also aware of other people's behaviors, but they don't impact you. So if you see someone and that person kind of gives you a dirty look, or you have a feeling that someone doesn't like you, you do not care. It doesn't matter if they don't like you. It doesn't mean that you don't have to like them or be kind to them. You're not moved by every single thing a person says or thinks about you. It's okay. You're able to brush it off and say, that's their opinion and they have a right to have one. And that's okay. You're also not assuming, making assumptions about people, thinking that a person doesn't like you just because they looked at you a certain way. They may not have even been looking at you, or they may have been thinking about something else. You're able to give people the benefit of the doubt and move on and not make every single thing about you. You're living in your own world and you're creating a reality that brings you the most peace. That is how you live a soft life. And lastly, the most foundational piece in terms of living a soft life is having peace. Real peace. Real peace is not about what you're doing or where you are or how much money you have, but it's about having confidence in knowing that things are going to be a certain way because of what you believe. And this is about having a rich spiritual life. When you truly have a soft life, you have an inner peace, an inner stillness that no one or nothing can shake. This is what brings a flow to everything else around you. Is having a relationship with God. Knowing Jesus as Lord will increase all of the peace in your life. He is peace. And when you know him as Lord, when you are someone who has given your life to Jesus and you have been born again and you have the Holy Spirit living inside of you, you will have a soft life if you choose to. If you ask for that peace, he will bring it to you. This comes with having an active prayer life and spending time with God. Being able to take a little time out of your day and bring God all of your anxieties, all of your problems, and letting him take care of it for you. There are so many things that come up in this world. Every single day, there's a new problem that gets added onto your plate. And having to deal with every single thing by yourself and solve every single problem is not going to benefit you. It's going to harden up your life because it's just unmanageable. You need to be able to cast your cares upon the Lord. You need to be able to be in the Word and get refreshed. Jesus says the Word is the water that cleanses our heart. We need to be cleansed and washed anew, and that's what really allows us to be soft. Having that relationship with God is going to open up every single door for you without you having to take everything upon yourself. There's no way that you can really live a soft life without having that mind, soul, and spirit connection. You are all of it. And whether you look beautiful and you have a lot of money and you go on vacations and you have access to all of these different things, if you don't have peace, real, true, inner peace that doesn't come from spending some time doing yoga or drinking something or smoking something, the real peace that nothing can shake, that surpasses all understanding, that can only be given to you by having a relationship with Jesus. And that will make you soft and make your life soft. And that is a pleasure that we're able to have when we have a relationship with Him. So if you want to live a soft life, then tune into your spirituality. Allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to have a relationship with God. Allow yourself to tap into areas like forgiveness, forgiving other people for the things that they've done to you, and forgiving yourself for all the things that you've done to yourself, the things that you have experienced that you regret. Allowing those things to slide off of your plate. That, my dear, is how you live a soft life. And I do have a 5th tip that I'll share on my podcast. So if you haven't already, make sure to listen to my podcast, A Feminine Impression, where I'll share that final tip with you to hopefully increase and enhance the softness in your life, my dear. I love each and every one of you so much. I thank you all so much for all the comments that you leave, for your sweet and encouraging words. I thank you for being patient with me as I've had my baby and just kind of transitioning into this new area in my life. I'm so excited for all the things that I have to share with you. So please stick around, and I will see you in the next video. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Until next time, mwah. Bye-bye.